going on, everybody? So, as you can see, championship belt in hand, Raw shirt on, Team Raw shirt on, which means only one thing. This is my wrestling review for Monday Night Raw. And it was indeed a good Monday Night Raw. Good. Um, they did do some. They've been what they've been doing lately. Now just showing people arriving in the ring and recaps. But to start off, we start with Jey Uso. He kicked off Monday Night Raw, who came out and said he know the bloodlines in the building, and he know how the bloodline works. So he calls out both. He calls out Jimmy, and Jimmy comes out to the ring with Solo, and Jay expressed that he misses Jimmy, that he it looked like he tried to one last ditch effort to try to bring Jimmy back to his side, and said that they don't have to do this. I miss you. I miss being with you, riding in the car with you, all that, and that you don't have to do. Come back, just come back to this side. And Jimmy said, "You the one who left." He said, "You left." He said, "You left me." He said, "You left." He said, "It was your idea to lead the bloodline, and I helped you, but you left me. You left me to come to Raw to be this the best merch seller. You came off to be you came off to be tag team champions without me, and you even thanked Cody Rhodes." He said, "You did all that." He said, "But all that is because of me, because you're big brother, because I did that. Everything that you is now is because of me." He said, "Your biggest moment, your biggest match of your career is because of me." And Jay said, "No, he said the biggest moment in his career, the biggest match of his career is his fantasy of him versus Jimmy 1-on-1, where I want to knock the yeet out your ass." And he hits Jimmy. Then I think he super kicks Solo, or his Solo, and then he gets super kicked by Jimmy. And they would grab him and taunt him until Cody Rhodes came out to fight to help fend them off for them to stand tall at the end of this promo. Very good promo. Very good promo. I enjoyed it. Then we got Paul Heyman backstage talking to Adam Pearce, who informs Adam that, or at least it started off with Adam Pearce on the phone with Nick Aldis, asking him about what just happened with Jimmy, with Jimmy and Solo attacking Jay, and why they was there on Raw in the first place. Because the only person I guess that was supposed to be there officially was Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman would tell him to hang up from Nick, and that he would explain that he's sorry about what just happened, and that that on the behalf of the tribal chief, they was never supposed to be there, and that they're already gone, and that he could call his bluff and have the building searched, but he wouldn't find them, and that when he gets done with his official business, he's gone for the building as well. But when he does his official business, no one will ever see anything coming, like I guess what he was about to say. And then he said, "This is not a prediction; it's a spoiler." Then we get the first match of the night, which is a qualifying match for the six-pack challenge at WrestleMania, which is DIY versus the Creed Brothers. Now, before I break down this match, I want to say that I guess unlike Raw, the difference between Raw and SmackDown, SmackDown's doing brackets to determine their two teams that would be in the six-pack, while Raw is just straight having qualifiers, like meaning that if you win your match, you're directly put in to the match instead of they're not doing brackets. So every winner, and they did all three matches to determine the three Raw teams all tonight. So this was the first of three. This was a pretty good opener banger too. I ain't gonna lie. This was the best that DIY have looked, and the Creed Brothers look good here too. And honestly, I wouldn't mind the Creed Brothers or DIY moving on to WrestleMania. Obviously, though, it's only could be one, but both of them looked so good. I didn't care who won because they actually looked good. But in the end, DIY will get the victory and will officially be in WrestleMania in the Six Pack Challenge. They was the first team to qualify. Um, they did mention too that that Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa has been in the WWE for 10 years, and this will be their first time getting a match being on the card at WrestleMania. We will get a Judgment Day promo where Judgment Day will have a conversation with Andrade and just telling him that they don't extend this invitation lightly, so they'll be on the lookout. They'll be watching his match next week, and they'll be on the lookout to continue doing business with him. They will say he got to earn, basically say he got to earn his spot. But then after he left, they would discuss JD McDonough and how he got embarrassed by Ricochet last week, and thought that he was going to run the gauntlet and move on to face Gunther to bring that Intercontinental Championship home to Judgment Day. But despite that, they're going to have Dom make it up, because Dom is going to face Ricochet, and Dom is going to be the one to put things right. And Dom and JD go find Adam Pearce to make the match official between him and Ricochet. So then we move on to the second match of the night, which is Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell versus Katana Chance and Kaden Carter. This wasn't much of a match. More so the fact that it was trying to tell the more heel descent of Candice LeRae. But it was, for what it was match wise, it was okay. Not too much action happened. It was a quick 5 or 8 minute match. Basically, in turn, they did a couple of moves and whatnot, but Katana would get like a I guess she would get tossed overhead by Indy Hartwell. I guess that's how you call it. And she would land. She did a flip and landed on her feet, but she tweaked her knee. But it's kayfabe. It was a kayfabe. Now you can see the air quotations. It was a kayfabe tweak to sell the story of Candice LeRae. Because at this point, the referee called, bagged Indy off just to check on Katana, and Kaden was also there. Kaden got after being knocked down in a 5 or no, I wouldn't say 5 because that's part of the match. But she was knocked down a couple of minutes earlier. Then she would get up to go check on Katana as well. Indy would back towards her corner, not knowing what to do. They waiting for the referee, and Candice would tag in. She would go and put Katana in a submission hold and like a half Boston Crab. A modified one of that, because she went into the half Boston Crab and then she sat down with it and basically made Katana tap, and they were the winners. But the story here was that Indy was not at all pleased with Candice LeRae's new attitude. They even had her basically look like disjointed. Like, even when she saw the footage of last week or what she did to Maxine Dupree, they saw Indy was just like, why would you do that? Like, she was just shaking her head in disgust at Candice, and she did it again when at Candice's actions here against Katana, and she was just like, she kept trying to get, she was like, we won, we did it, try to raise her hand, but Indy just like, yeah, but we didn't have to win like that. Like, she's, they sell the story that Indy is not approving of how they winning. They want to win, but not at the expense of just, doing stuff like that. So I can see, as of right now, I guess they're gonna split them. I can see a split, but yeah, that was the match. They did do a promo. Bray Wyatt, we love you, bro. Bo Dallas did like a on-screen promo where he was promoting Bray Wyatt's documentary, and he said that on top of this documentary that he promised that Bray Wyatt's legacy and everything would live on. Uh, R.I.P. Bray Wyatt, man, gone too soon. That was too soon. Um, Cody Rhodes. Now this is by far the best promo of the night. This was by far the best promo of the night. Cody Rhodes came out and to basically respond to The Rock's last week's comments and Instagram, Twitter promo and comments about what what he said about his mother, and in short summary, he told The Rock that his mom is not scared. He was more scared than his mom would be. That his mom is not scared. He said this is the same woman who jumped over the barricade at a I think he said a Willie Nelson concert or some type. It was some type of concert and beat up an undercover cop. Um, he got aggressive. He got aggressive in this one because the significance of Cody Rhodes' promo, as I was watching other people and stuff, and I didn't realize the significance of Cody Rhodes' promo is that his promo is the actual behind the curtain shoot from the hip type thing, where his promo makes light of all the things that's come out recently in the backstage reports, like how everybody's frustrated that they got to be shackled to the PG-13 rules while The Rock gets to do TV-14 type stuff. Like he gets to cuss, he gets to make these edgy promos and stuff, and nobody else can't do it because, according to backstage reports, that if you, other than The Rock, you have to adhere to the PG-13 rules, while Rock don't. And there's other frustrations as well. And he made reference to himself being Homelander. I'll get to more of that in a minute. But yeah, he called Rock Roman. He called Rock a whiny bitch, and he said what type of Rock is going to show up at WrestleMania. If we gonna get the greatest Rock, or we gonna get the little dick syndrome Rock. What else he said? Oh, he talked about how The Rock called himself a heel, and he even, he kind of broke the fourth wall. He said, we're not stupid. We know what that means. That means you're the bad guy. He said that The Rock is not the greatest heel ever. That he named off a list of heels that was way better at being heels than The Rock. I'm trying to remember, did I cover everything in a short order? Yep, I said and he said that Rock was Roman Reigns' side chick. And then this would bring out Paul Heyman. And Paul Heyman's official business was just that he wanted to inform Cody from the words of Roman Reigns that when he has a face-to-face this Friday, Roman will come alone and will be no bloodline. He has Roman's word. No bloodline will be in attendance at his face-to-face. But the caveat is that he agrees to this, he also has to come alone. No Seth Rollins, no backup, no nothing. He has to come alone as well. And Cody Rhodes agrees. We got a Nia Jax promo, basically talking about how she's going to beat Becky Lynch and take Becky Lynch's spot at WrestleMania and beat Rhea and become Women's World Champion. Then we get the next match, which is Ricochet versus Dominic Mysterio. This was a fun little match. None too much to say here. Ricochet did his thing, Dominic did his thing, and Ricochet would get the victory over Dominic Mysterio. This would make him 2-0 against Judgment Day members, as he both beat JD McDonough and Dominic. Afterwards, we would get a promo with Sami Zayn, which is part 1, because this promo is a 2-parter. This will be a part 1 of Sami Zayn and Chad Gable's promo, where Sami wanted to talk to Chad and just thank him for pushing him to the limit, but Chad looked like he had something on his mind. Looked like he just wasn't really trying to hear it. And he was just like, yeah, you're welcome. And Sami's like, you know what? No, say it, because I could tell. I know you for a long time. I could tell when you got something on your mind. And Chad eventually admits that what's on his mind is that he can't beat Gunther. This will lead into Sami Zayn and Gunther's promo, which is, uh, and I wanted to point out a cool thing they did too at the end of this promo. But the promo is basically a contract signing where the two signed the contract, and Gunther basically tells Sami he degrades Sami for not wearing a suit to the most prestigious contract signing, and that he degrades Sami even further by saying that he should listen to Chad because he too don't believe that Sami had what it takes to beat him, and that he will fail as well. And then he will sign the contract. Sami will also will retort saying that he can beat him, and he will beat him at WrestleMania. But Gunther replies and said that I can look into your eyes, and your eyes tell me you say you could beat me. You say you got the confidence. You say this, but your eyes tell me that you don't really have that confidence. And and then as Gunther was getting ready to leave, Sami would say, "Hold on, you said you look into my eyes, and you don't see, you don't see that I have what it takes. You don't think you don't see the determination. You don't see it in my eyes." He said, "Well, look again." He said, "Because I will go to WrestleMania, and I will beat you at WrestleMania." Also, Sami did make a remark how he too, like Chad hate Gunther's condescending smirk, that little smirk he do on his face, and he can't wait to wipe that smirk off his face at WrestleMania. After the odd comment, and after Sami said look again, and that he will beat him and he will take the Intercontinental title from him at WrestleMania, he will walk out the ring. And what the cool thing they did was the cameraman that was outside the ring followed Sami all the way to the back, through the curtain, all the way up the ramp, through the stage, in the curtain, back at gorilla position, all the way backstage past The Miz and R-Truth, along with DIY. And that and then we go into that is that they cut a promo as Sami will walk away. They just had a little fun promo saying that they can't R-Truth can't wait to for this qualifying match that him and Miz and Truth were gonna be in, and that they're gonna the indie share comes for, and I guess R-Truth, he's confused about who will face them. He said, "Man, I can't, I feel bad for who got to face them. One of them was Harry," and then Truth and Miz and DIY like, Miz was like, "No, I got it, I'll tell him." Because Truth don't realize they the ones who got to face Indie Share. And then the cool thing about that whole moment where I just said with the camera followed Sami, it's still not over. Then the camera, as the Miz and them get ready to go out to the ring, that same cameraman follows, then goes and follows the Miz and Truth back out to the ring, and one continuous shot, no commercial break, no nothing. He went from following the Sami Zayn to the back, then following R-Truth and them back out to the ring as they did the entrance and everything. And then R-Truth will eventually find out that he got to fight Indie Share, which means we go into the fourth match with all that being said, which is the Miz and Truth, or the Awesome Truth versus Indie Share. This was another fun qualifying match with the shenanigans of R-Truth, with the Miz and R-Truth hitting the strong crushing finale like tag team finisher. It's like a double team finisher with the Miz performing strong crushing finale, and R-Truth did some type of face buster like move. And R-Truth would try to hit. Would try to. I forgot the other dude that's part of Indie Share, but they did that tag team finisher on Veer, and the other one was fighting with the Miz, and Truth would try to help, but that one would elbow the R-Truth. The R-Truth would fall into the cover on Veer, and they get the 1, 2, 3, and the Miz and the Awesome Truth is now also the second team to qualify for the Six Pack Challenge. With that being said, Then we get the Sammy and Chad Part 2 promo, where we see where Sammy was going when the camera was following him, and basically Sammy was going to find Chad, and he asked Chad to explain himself and why he think he can't beat Gunther, and did he see out there, do he still believe that, and Chad said he still do, because even he said, yeah, you was fiery, you was passing out there, you was all this and that, but you want to know why I think you can't beat Gunther? Because you are a man, you are a strategist. You wait for the opening to worm your way out of the match and get the victory, and that's what you do. You're good at it, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing. That's what you do. That's a strategy. That's good, but the thing is, that's not the mentality that you need to face Gunther. Gunther is on a whole different level. You can't beat Gunther by waiting for a window of opportunity, because Gunther is not going to give you that window of opportunity. And that since Gunther's operating on a whole nother level, you got to operate on a whole nother level. You can't wait for a window of opportunity. You got to go and take it to Gunther and beat Gunther. But if you can't, then no, you can't beat Gunther. And he walks away. Explaining that's basically why he believes he can't beat Gunther, because he don't believe Sammy. He says it's a mental battle, and he don't believe Sammy is ready for that mental battle against Gunther. We will get a Drew McIntyre promo next, where he will come out to the ring, but will get interrupted, and during his entrance, I allow like a reference to where LA Knight did it to Roman Reigns, where Drew was in the middle of his entrance, then his music cut off to be Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins and then will go at each other back and forth. Drew would mention CM Punk, but that Drew would say that, you think this is just all fun and games, dude. Like, you don't take nothing seriously. It's all just a joke to you. Because Seth would say that while he thinks he don't like him, that he's a hypocrite, he did say one thing that was true, and that he did, like, he was at like an AA meeting and said that my name is Seth freaking Rollins, and I'm a spotlight junkie. And when Drew called him out on not taking things seriously and said that everything's just a joke, Seth Rollins would get serious and said that he was serious. He wasn't joking around when he said that. He might have did it in a playful manner, but he wasn't joking around. He was dead serious, because he's telling the truth. I am a spotlight junkie, because I love this. I love this. My fix is when I come out to the ring every day, and I get to see them. I get to see them. They cheer my neck. They cheer me. They sing my song. That's my fix. But he said, you're a hypocrite, because you're a spotlight junkie too. Because while you sitting there talking about I create the spotlight, because I think Drew mentioned something about in the long lines of that he needs that Seth Rollins. He doesn't care that he wants to face the bloodline and whatnot. He said, I just wanted you to make it to WrestleMania, and that after that fiery promo, he also said that you had me right there. You was serious all the way up until you said that this was about the bloodline, the Rock. He said, why? How come it just can't be about me and you and that world title? Why can't that be the reason for our match and the spotlight at WrestleMania? Why the reason got to be the Rock and the bloodline? This other reason that's not us. And he said, and that's what Seth Rollins called him on being a hypocrite, saying that there it is, that you call me a spotlight junkie, but you are too, because since 2020. And since 2020, you've been crying about what you deserve, because he did say that he need to beat him, because he deserves to beat him and become champion on WrestleMania. And he said that's why you're a hypocrite, because since 2020 you've been crying and whining and bitching about you needing to win at WrestleMania, because you deserve. But he said you did, because you're right. You craved the spotlight just like me, because when you won at WrestleMania, you did it in an empty warehouse. And ever since then, you have dropped the ball. And see, that's the difference between me and you. He said when the spotlight is on and when it's at the brightest and when everybody's there, I shine while you fall and crumble. And that's the same thing that's going to happen at WrestleMania. Becky Lynch would then cut a promo next, where she would basically say that she don't understand, she don't know why she did this. She don't know why, but the fact that she have to take this match against Nia, because she needs this match against Nia, and she needs to get Nia out the way before everything else. Then we will get the fifth match, which is the last qualifying match of the night, which is New Day versus Alpha Academy. And this was a fun match between Alpha Academy and New Day. Nothing too special, but a good match overall. And New Day would get the victory with as Jerry was hitting the elbow drop onto Akira Tozawa, and they will win, being the final team from the Raw side, which means every Raw team, all the Raw teams now have qualified or are in the match of the six-pack challenge. We just need the two SmackDown teams as well to have the complete full participants. So as that, with that being said, like I said, Judgment Day at least know it'll be them versus New Day, Awesome Truth, and DIY. Becky Lynch and Liv Morgan will have a backstage promo moment where Liv just tell Becky that she won't interfere in a match, that night for tonight, night is all yours. Seth and Cody will have a promo backstage where Seth questions Cody about going to SmackDown, and wanted to make sure that he's going to go through with this. We're going to SmackDown with no backup, with no him or Jay. Jay will also have the same type of promo earlier in the night too. I forgot about that too. Jay would say the same thing, and he basically tells both of them, yeah, he's going to go through this because he gave them their word, and they said okay. Then we get the main event, which is Becky Lynch versus Nia Jax in the last woman standing match, and this was good. This was very good, and I enjoyed it. It was fire. I ain't gonna lie. It was a great main event we got chair shots, kindles, and table spots. It was 3 table spots, and none of them put them down, but the last one would do it when Becky would do a leg drop through the table, through the announcer table on Nia, and Nia couldn't answer the 10 count and would lose, giving Becky Lynch the victory over Nia in the last woman standing match. But in her celebration, she would get confronted by Rhea, and Rhea and her would jaw jack with each other to close out the show. This was a good show. I'm sorry for the long video, but this was a good show. It was a lot that happened. I promised I try to keep our Wrestling Pit podcast video short, and we might have an actual new member that'll be on the show. But I would give this episode I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10 because this was good. I thoroughly enjoyed it with some good wrestling, some great promos. 8 out of 10 big ups, yeah. But you let me know in the comments down below what you thought, and if you enjoyed my review, you know what to do. You hit this button right there for all of my WWE reviews, and if you enjoy the video so much and want to support the channel, all you gotta do is hit those buttons. And as always, hit one of these videos for more of my amazing content, but don't go anywhere because I got more. Peace.